which is kind of parallel to 68. We're looking at Dennis Road, headed towards Auburn. Please, for folks in Auburn, if you have friends and family in this area near South Union, anyone that lives along 68 in southern Kentucky, Logan County and Simpson County, please give them a call, give them a heads up. This is a pretty tight area of rotation. It is now confirmed on radar, meaning that there has been a tornado, if not still in progress. There has been a tornado that has done damage, and now we can see it being lofted into the air thanks to our debris tracker here. So let's back up again and noting where that debris was just a moment ago. So there it popped up right there. You can see it just to the north and east of Russellville. That was at 9:58, so that was just about 4 minutes ago. And then we track it with the next scan right around Dennis. So it looks like it's grown in size a little bit. So the tornado warning here will continue for those in Logan County and Simpson County, northern Simpson County. So this will also pass over Highway 65 eventually. But it is rain wrapped as well, I'll say. So if we're looking at the best area of rotation, it's going to be right along 68 near Dennis. And that is going to be pretty close to that leading edge, if not just inside here. So this is likely some of the inflow from that storm. And we've got a tornado right about there near Dennis in Logan County. So getting close to that Simpson County line. This is Simpson County. Again, the purple box means that it is confirmed by radar that we have a debris signature that has popped up, and debris is being lofted into the air. So this one is it's still a serious situation for those in Logan County near Dennis, near Auburn and Highway 68 as we get more into Simpson County and also into Warren County. So this is going to be just south of Bowling Green, where that biggest threat is for a potential tornado still in progress here. And I haven't been tracking the debris, Brett. I don't know if it looks like it might be. It's weakened just a little bit to the east of Dennis, it looks like.
Yeah, it's not as tight as it was once just showing up on radar. But yeah, just to the east of Dennis right there along Highway 68. So might still be still seeing a little bit of debris with that right there, but now it actually looks like the better area of rotation, maybe just even a little bit to the east of that too. Mm-hmm. So right here, kind of around the Auburn area. So if you're in Auburn in Logan County, Kentucky, you need to be in your safe place right now, especially right there along Highway 68 in Logan County. And then let's see, you know what, we'll just read you out some more names, because anybody in this purple polygon, you need to be in your safe place right now. I'm going to zoom out and move this over just so you can see it a little bit better. But Auburn, Petros, Rich Pond, Woodburn, Plano, Drake, Alvaton, Allen Springs, any of those areas, get in your safe place right now. This, it was a confirmed tornado, could still be a confirmed tornado too. So you really need to be in your safe place. We've said it many times now, but the lowest floor of whatever building you're in, if that's at home, get to the lowest floor of your home. If you have a basement, that's great. But if you don't, the most interior bathroom, closet, just put yourself in that most interior room and away from windows, as many walls between you and the outside of the home as you can. But there's still the best area of rotation going to be right here around Auburn, right here around West Main Street, right near Highway 68 as well. This storm is moving very quickly, 70 miles an hour off to the east, so it's a fast-moving storm. So you still got time, but you just need to be in your safe place. This tornado warning is going to go until 10:30, and it does include portions of Logan County and Simpson County too. So I'm going to zoom out just so you can get your bearings straight, and then we'll zoom right back in and get some more of these town names. But this all right here is Logan County, and then this over here just to the east of that, it's going to include the northern portions of Simpson County and the far northwestern areas right over here, if you can see my mouse, of Allen County up here in Kentucky. But now we're going to zoom in, just get you some of these town names right here along Highway 68 in Logan County around Auburn. Stay in your safe place. South Union, Petros, Rich Pond, Woodburn, Rockfield, any of these areas. You just need to get there and stay there just like we always do. We'll let you know when that threat passes you and it's safe to get out of your safe place. But we were getting that tornado debris signature popping up when we showed that debris tracker, and that is why the National Weather Service went ahead and put that confirmed tornado tag on that too. I want to see real quick, I'm going to match this up and see if we're looking at any. I'm having to switch back and forth just to make sure things match, but might still be seeing a little bit of debris on the radar. The debris isn't as noticeable, but still might be a little bit of that debris that's still getting lofted up there in the air from that tornado. So definitely got to treat that like it is still on the ground. So just stay in your safe place a little bit longer. These storms are moving very quickly, so you're not going to have to stay there for a whole lot longer. So just ride it out for another 20 minutes or so, and then we'll let you know if you are safe to get out of that. Looks like they also just added a big severe thunderstorm warning too.
They also extended one more into Middle Tennessee, just to the northwest in Nashville.
Oh yeah, that's a big warning right there.
Yeah, and for good news here, for those in Trigg, Christian, and Todd counties, the watch has already expired. So,
I'll pop that up real quick.
Yep, so I've got that as well. Yep. So they're already trimming back counties fast. So as we mentioned, these are fast-moving storms, and once that line passes you, you are clear for the night. So that is great news as far as this line is concerned, and your sleep is concerned as well. Now, for those that are in Smithville, Murfreesboro, Columbia, still going to be an hour or two before, probably leaning more on that 2 hours before it reaches you. So unfortunately, it is going to be a long night for those that are more to the south and to the east of Nashville. But that's a pretty big severe thunderstorm warning. That's just a regular one. We're looking at winds in excess of 60 miles per hour possible with that one, and quarter-size hail. That's going to be what we're looking at with that storm. So wanted to check out our power outages and see how we're doing here. So we've gone up a little bit in Christian County now, anywhere between 10 to 20% of the county now without power, and Trigg County up to 30% of the county without power as the line still works its way through. I did see also a report from Hopkinsville Fire EMS saying that they're urging people to please stay inside and off the roadways, that they're reporting several trees down all over the city in Hopkinsville. So now that that main line is pushed through, they're urging folks to just stay indoors, let them get by. They're trying to get to as many calls as they can, and they need everyone to stay inside if you don't need to be out. Again, I think power outages are going to be a problem for those in Middle Tennessee, Nashville, Murfreesboro, Cookeville, Columbia. Power up now. If you are getting low on the battery life of your phone, make sure that you are powered up and ready to go, just in case we run into a power outage situation and you need a way to stay alert and your phone is your main source. That's why we often say make sure you have those multiple ways to get alerts so you're not relying on one. So if you need to go find a charger, do it now, because these storms here mean business for tonight, and we'll need that battery power to get you through the evening hours with warnings and with severe coverage with us live streaming as well. We are streaming on YouTube as well as Facebook. So if you want to head to another room that doesn't have a television just to feel safer, you can absolutely do that, and you can still see us if you have a mobile device with you on YouTube, Fox Nashville, or our Facebook page, I believe is WZTV Nashville. So just search for those pages, and we're here for you. We're online streaming. Let's go back to the tornado warning here. Was an observed tornado. And these types of tornadoes, again, are going to be real quick to spin up, produce a quick little debris signature, and then will likely kind of just go away. And that could be what we have going on with this one here. So the warning continues until 10:30. It's just about 10:15 now, and still includes portions of northern Simpson County and into Warren County and western Allen County. And this again until 10:30. So we'll stick with this until they decide that the warning is no longer posing a threat. I'd say though, with anything, there might be something, a little bit of rotation at least near Stevenson Road as it moves real close to Warren County. So that's going to be where we have a little bit of inflow here and possibly seeing still a little bit of rotation within the storm. So this would be the best shot at anything rotating at the moment here. In addition to, of course, the potential for rotating storms, we have storms that will be producing very high wind in excess of 60, if not 70 miles per hour. Earlier, we had a destructive tag, dangerous situation, in fact, for portions of Todd County and Christian County with the winds that were up to 90 miles per hour, and could be one of the reasons why we're hearing a lot of reports out of Hopkinsville of EMS just trying to get through to those calls, to people that are calling. We do have Scott and Megan standing by at the anchor desk with more information. We'll send it over to you guys.
Thank you, Katie. We've got Lyme TV coverage while the meteorologists are doing what only they can do. We are monitoring other places. We've got a live picture from Clarksville that we'd like to share. Take a look at this. The rain is coming down up there and a heavy wind too.
Yeah, certainly. And as you can see, the traffic on the road, there looks to be some ponding there. So definitely take it slow. These are dangerous driving conditions. Of course, there's a risk of hydroplaning. And man, you can even see on that camera lens that rain is coming down. Looks pretty windy out there. Just saw flashes of lightning. So they are actively in that system. I also wanted to let you know, on our website, fox17.com, we've got the running list of shelters open if that's something that you may need to stay safe as the system moves through your area.
Particularly if you're in a manufactured home, something like that. This is not a storm you want to try to ride out in that. So take notice where the shelters are. What to do at your house if this thing hits? Well, if you get a warning, an active warning, and your home, your area is in sort of the line, we give you plenty of time to do something. What to do? Get to the lowest level of your house. If you've got a basement, of course, nothing is safer than the basement.
Yeah, certainly you want to stay away from doors and windows, of course. With high winds, tornadic-like conditions, we're fearful of glass breaking, so certainly something to be mindful of. Again, our website, fox17.com, you can see the running list of shelters if you need to get a safe plan together. If you are planning to head to bed, make sure that you've got your cell phone turned on, the emergency alerts turned on, so if something happens or develops in the overnight hours that you'll be notified and can get to that safe place.
I'll tell you what I do. I have the Fox 17 Code Red weather app, and it knows where I am. It doesn't wake me up to tell me about a warning at your place. It lets me know when there's an active warning at my house, my location. So if you haven't downloaded that, it's free. Please do that. And Megan mentioned that map of the shelters. I think we have it where we can put up. They are all over the place because this is a storm system that is making its way sort of catty-cornered all the way across our area. Everybody's going to get rain. Everybody's going to get an opportunity, unfortunately, to feel the heavy winds on the leading edge of this front, and that's reflected in this map. And over on the side, it tells exactly where the shelters are.
Sorry,
guys, it seems like we've been under the gun all afternoon long.
Yeah, we really have been.
It's been one of those days, hasn't it, Brett?
It sure has been one of those days. We've had it, yeah. I'm going to change my batteries real quick, too, just to make sure.
Okay, it looks like, yeah. Again, one of those days. We're still looking at this tornado warning. I was just looking at some of the rotation. It does look like there's still a little bit of rotation south of Woodburn, but we did get a new scan in. So I would put the best area of rotation near Matlock along Highway 65. So this is going to be real close to Highway 65 in southern Kentucky, moving through Simpson County at this time. That's going to be where we've got decent area of rotation, most likely moving through now. So just south of Woodburn, headed towards Matlock along I-65. Still a tornado warning that's in effect for another 15 minutes. That's the only tornado warning that we have here, but we do continue to see severe thunderstorm warnings that just line now. Southern Kentucky now moving into Middle Tennessee with winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. But it does include all of our viewing area at the moment where that line is moving in. So these storms still now moving through Clarksville and lots of lightning with them as well. Let's put lightning back on, and I'm going to measure these. So leading edge of the storm still about 34, 35 miles from Nashville. So we'll be looking at these storms to arrive within the next 30, 45 minutes. As we get into the next hour or two. That's really going to be, I think, the main event here in Middle Tennessee. But once this line passes again, we're done. So Trigg, Christian, and Todd County is already out of the tornado watch for the night. as it was set to expire at 10 o'clock. So they did allow it to expire, didn't feel the need to reinstate a watch there for a little later. Looks like Todd County, Kentucky now up to about 30% without power. So the power outage is definitely starting to pile up with these storms as they continue to move through here. There's again the watch. Most of this is until 3 o'clock. For those in southern Kentucky, it goes until 2 o'clock. That goes for Henry, Benton, and Decatur counties as well, all until till 2 o'clock. Also, everyone else is until 3 o'clock this morning with the line as it continues to work its way across the area. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for our sky camera from South Nashville to see if we couldn't see any lightning off in the distance just yet. Maybe just a little too far for us to see, but it'll be coming in here within the next hour and getting pretty noisy here in downtown Nashville. There's Metro Center, still fairly quiet. We really have not had much activity at all for today, but now the main event is starting to work its way across the area here. So the one tornado warning that will continue to follow is in southern Kentucky. I'd say that rotation doesn't look quite as interesting as it was a couple scans ago, but it is approaching I-65 in Simpson County. So it'll be close to Hillsdale and Matlock. So right about there is going to be where I think we have a little bit of rotation left over, and it's what's driving that tornado warning to continue. Yeah, so you can see just a little bit of it near Hillsdale. So still a good idea to make sure you're in your lowest level of your home here, away from those windows. Allen Springs to Boyce, Alvaton, down to Hillsdale again. All in that tornado warning that'll go until 10:30. So we've got just about another 10 minutes left of that warning. But everywhere else, fairly quiet at the moment here. This is a live look in Springfield, another area that is getting ready to see quite a bit of wind and rain move through. And in Gallatin, we continue to see the American flag there waving in the wind. And wind's starting to pick up a little more in Gallatin as well. So all these locations still expecting severe weather as we head through the evening hours. It will be just a couple of hours here before it is moving through the majority of the viewing area. And I'd give it another 30, 45 minutes before it's knocking on the doorstep here in downtown Nashville. Well, it looks like a little bit of an outflow trying to form too there in Robertson County. So might start to see the wind pick up off our Springfield camera. But still, we are watching this one area in Simpson County, the tornado warning that continues until 10:30. And Brett, I wonder if that is a newer warning, just that red box there. It looks like that was a trimmed warning.
I think they put the red polygon on there. Maybe a few radar scans ago, the debris signature wasn't looking quite as good. So I think that's what they put on there. So I think that's going to be the main area of concern with that little small polygon right here that we're looking at. But 10:30 p.m. runtime on this tornado warning, another 10 minutes. I've been looking at some of the velocity products, Katie, while you've been talking, and I am not seeing as good of rotation as I once was on that storm. So that is a good news. That means hopefully they're just going to be able to let that tornado warning expire at 10:30. I've been also watching over in the National Weather Service chat, making sure that I'm not missing any updates that are coming in on that warning from the National Weather Service. Haven't really been talking about it much, so that's also maybe a good sign there too. That's what we're looking at though, still this big severe thunderstorm warning. Scott, Megan, more information coming in at the desk.
You bet. We've got some video from Missouri we want to share with you, some of the damage there.
All right, well, take a look. This is from the Missouri Department of Transportation. You can see a confirmed tornado moving through the St. Louis area. This is coming from the traffic cameras. Officials are reporting at least 4 deaths from this destructive tornado. Thousands of people still without power out in the St. Louis area.
And we have power outages here in Middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky as well. We had a map up a moment ago showing some of that. Hopefully, with the winds that are coming through, that doesn't get worse. Let's get back to our Code Red weather team. You guys doing a yeoman's work tonight.
Lot of weather still to go too as we head through the next couple of hours, and the line continues to work its way more into Middle Tennessee with winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. That'll be possible. Earlier we've had destructive tags with winds up to 90 miles per hour. And still this tornado warning that continues in Simpson County for just another few minutes. It looks like here. They might have
They just did
another trim
extension
back.
on that.
Oh, they did.
It goes kind of south towards the state line.
Oh, I see. Just popped up. Yeah. Okay, so new tornado warning here. This is for Allen County. Remember, we had extreme eastern or western portions of Allen County was what we were most concerned with, and now it has extended throughout much of Allen County. Now includes Scottsville. We were looking at a live camera from Scottsville earlier this afternoon. But again, the area that we're watching here is most likely going to be just to the east of Hillsdale, near Temperance, and headed toward Butlersville.
It's kind of interesting. It's more of a southeasterly track versus that easterly.
Yeah, that's a good point. And that's the first time that we've really seen that for tonight. A lot of these have been easterly movement. I'm going to track this here real fast. So these again are going to be quick to spin up. We don't get a lot of lead time on them. So what they are likely seeing is just enough rotation within this line segment that they want to go ahead and extend that warning to make sure that everyone is aware that there is the potential for a tornado, enough so that they're issuing that warning. And it's time to go ahead and take those proper precautions, whether it's, again, lowest level of your home or away from windows. Butlersville in the next 2 minutes, Chapel Hill in 7 minutes from now, Scottsville at 10 minutes from now, and Hayesville looking at about 25 minutes from now. I want to send it back over to Megan and Scott.
Middle Tennessee's only primetime news. This is Fox 17 News at 9, your Code Red station.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching a late edition of Fox 17 News at 9. And right now, as we have been for hours, we are in a Fox 17 News Code Red weather alert.
Our meteorologists have been tracking an active tornado warning. Let's check back in with our Code Red Chief Meteorologists, Katie Morgan and Brett Luna.
All right, thanks so much, Megan and Scott. And we continue to track this new tornado warning that was just issued moments ago. This one in Allen County, here's Scottsville. This is all in southern Kentucky where we've had our tornado warnings for tonight, all within southern Kentucky in this northern part of the line. So this warning is going to go until 10:45. So another 15 minutes. They just looking at the scans, they're just wanting to confirm that folks are taking their proper precautions here. And we'll probably do a couple more scans and analyze those areas to see if there really is still enough of a tornado threat there. Regardless, this is going to be a busy night for us all. This is a look at the entire event that is taking shape for us here. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings for everyone in Middle Tennessee, where the line is now, and into southern Kentucky. These are going to be for winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, quarter-size hail, but we could find some of these storms destructive where we've got higher wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. So again, we get into that 70, 75 mile per hour range. We had one warning with winds in excess of 90 or up to 90 miles per hour. That's going to do some damage. So again, these warnings, we want to take them seriously and make sure that we're just using these severe thunderstorm warnings more as tornado warnings, or just take those actions as if these were tornado warnings across the area. So that's what we are watching right now. We do have, again, a lot of lightning with these storms. I will say not quite as much as what we had earlier, so that's kind of good. But within view, we're looking at about 270, 300 strikes of lightning. But for those that have just tuned in, again, most of these are severe warned on. The one tornado warning that we continue to follow here is going to be in Allen County, and that's going to go for another 15 minutes. So we will be watching this part of the line here that has been showing a little bit of rotation the past few scans to be the area that we need to watch. Near Red Hill, Chapel Hill, Scottsville, all in the tornado warning. We do want to send it over to Scott and Megan. They have more information as we continue to gather any and all information from these storms, where they've been, the kind of damage they have done. Scott, Megan, what do you got?
Well, we're just getting some pictures in from Clarksville, north of our viewing area here off Peachers Mill Road. Can we pull up those pictures?
Yeah, this is one of the traffic cameras up there. Of course, Peachers Mill Road runs up by Kenwood High School, then all the way into town. There's some commercial stuff up that way, and this is by Providence Boulevard. You see a big rig rolling through. The ground is wet. It looks as though the winds are not nearly as whipping as they were just a short time ago.
Yeah, certainly. Wow, like that traffic's moving pretty fast considering the conditions. I don't know if you just saw that. And as you can see, ponding on the road, certainly some splashback when people go fast like that. So do use caution. This isn't slowing very many folks down up there in Clarksville, as you can see.
No. Let's warn people what to do in a nighttime event like this. And this is great advice and just for any, upcoming weather event. But tonight, you're going to need this for the next several hours. Charge your devices in case the power goes out. It's already happened to thousands of people across the viewing area. Make a sheltering plan before you go to bed. That is, if we've got to boogie out of here, know where you're going to go and make sure everybody in the family understands. And also, make sure you've got a way for warnings to wake up. At my house, we use the Code Red weather app on the phone. It will wake you up no matter how soundly you're sleeping.
Yes, certainly. Make sure that you've got flashlights in the batteries, that your phone is not turned off, the do not disturb mode is not on, so that if the emergency alerts come through, you'll be notified, especially as we head into these overnight hours and the threat still exists. Just heard from NES. 2,899 customers without power here in the area. So probably affects quite a few people in our viewing area. Make sure that you've got Fox 17 tuned in. We've got an app, so if you do lose power, to stay connected, we'll be streaming our Code Red weather alert for you so you can stay up to date with the latest information.
You bet. Well, that sounds like a lot of people. NES has 400,000 customers, so it's not a whole lot. But in a storm like this,
well, yeah,
it's
look at
difficult
that radar
to,
behind us.
Yeah,
a lot of people are going to be affected.
And it's difficult to get things back on. It's not safe for the for the crews to get out there in weather like this. They've got to be really, really careful. So pack your patience. It promises to be a long night for a lot of us.
All right, thanks so much, Megan and Scott. And radar definitely active, and we still continue to follow the one tornado warning that's in Allen County. That was an extension of the observed tornado where we likely had a brief tornado touch down. And again, that's what that purple box is left over. We had a debris signature show up on radar, so we did have one tornado at least touch down in our viewing area. So NWS will likely be out surveying that area to see what kind of damage might have occurred with that storm as it moved through. That was just east of Russellville in Logan County. So still watching here. This kind of a messy radar that we're seeing. I don't see real decent area of rotation. A lot of times we can run into that problem with these types of storms. With a line that develops. So again, just making sure if you do have a warning, go ahead and just take those proper precautions and head to the lowest level of your home away from those windows. I would say if there is anything, it's going to be approaching Scottsville right about now. That leading edge of the storm line as well, starting to move in here. Once again, we are watching this one, and we'll continue to update you with what we've got, but haven't heard too much from the Weather Service out of Louisville just yet. We did earlier have a live picture from Scottsville. I don't know if we can get that back, but that would be fairly active now with these storms moving in. It would actually be a really good view of the storms because that one looked back up towards Bowling Green. It was a live picture from the square. So that would be a good picture if we could get that one back there. So there's the latest scan that just came in. These storms still capable of producing some hail along with pretty heavy rain and some gusts of wind. But we're looking at a little burst of wind here that's starting to come through Scottsville. So for folks in Scottsville, I would make sure that you are in the lowest level of your home. Perhaps a little bit of rotation right around Franklin Road as it moves into downtown Scottsville. Old Gallatin Road and Holland Road, and that's where we are looking at the potential for a brief tornado with this tornado warned storm. So this is still a tornado warned storm for another 15 minutes here, getting ready to move through Scottsville and throughout much of Allen County. So that's what we are looking at here. Still tracking some pretty decent wind regardless if there is a tornado that is in progress at the moment. But we are looking at some pretty strong winds that'll be pushing through with that system along with the potential for rotation. Brad, have you seen anything? I haven't seen much from the Weather Service just yet about this.
No, not coming in from that that one tornado warning that we had that's going to go until 10:45. Have not seen much on that, and I know you were just showing the velocity, and I've been looking at the velocity over here too, the winds, and I am not really seeing much rotation on that. But just go ahead and stay in your safe place for a little bit longer if you're around the Scottsville area. This is going to be for Allen County, Kentucky. That tornado warning going to go until 10:45. But this picture right here that we're looking at. Sometimes it is difficult, like Katie was just saying, with these type of systems to pinpoint the exact areas of rotation. I will say, though, that this is not looking near as good as it once was. Earlier, with this same tornado-warned storm, it appears to be, or have been, on the ground and doing some damage, because when we popped our debris tracker up, we were able to see some of that debris on the radar that that tornado was lofting up in the air. So I'm sure they'll be out doing storm surveys here in the next couple of days, and it was probably just a brief tornado, but still looks like that it was on the ground at one point. Right now, though, it's no confirmation that a tornado is on the ground anymore. And when I'm sitting here looking at the velocity product showing us the winds, I'm not really seeing any rotation that looks super concerning on this storm right now. So that tornado warning is going to go until 10:45. We'll keep with this until that tornado warning expires. I'm also going to back out here real quick too. That's the only tornado warning that we have here in our viewing area, but we have a lot of severe thunderstorms, severe thunderstorm warnings. These are going to stretch all the way from West Tennessee, even west of Henry County, but Paris is included in a severe thunderstorm warning. These are going to go all the way up north of Interstate 40 on up to the Kentucky and Tennessee state line. Clarksville still included in that severe thunderstorm warning. That threat is going to be quickly passing you in Clarksville, though, but you still may be dealing with some of these stronger winds and some heavier rain still for just a little bit longer. But Springfield, Greenbrier, Ashland City, all included within that current severe thunderstorm warning. Could be looking at potential winds gusting up to 60 miles an hour. And then I was just seeing the National Weather Service here in Nashville, too, talking once this line drops a little bit further to the south, more than likely Nashville here in Davidson County going to be included in that newest severe thunderstorm warning, because these storms are just holding strong as they travel all the way through. We could be looking at 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts possible as this line keeps on dropping south through Middle Tennessee. So you don't need to let your guard down just yet. I know Scott and Megan were telling you too to have multiple ways to receive any sort of warnings that get issued for your area as we go through the rest of the night. You can download our Fox 17 Code Red app. Also, have your alerts turned on your phone. Those are going to notify you if there's any sort of tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning that's issued for where you're at, your specific location. Still just some very active storms. I'll pop on radar. Still seeing a good bit of lightning. Not actually seeing as much as we were earlier, though. Some of these storms earlier today, especially that one supercell that was just moving through southern Kentucky all by itself, that storm had a lot of lightning with it. This is still a good bit of lightning, but just not quite as much as what we had. But this whole area, we're still looking at about 450 strikes or so within that area. And then some of those storms just outside of our viewing area up here in the parts of Kentucky, those are popping up a lot more lightning too. I'll zoom back in on this tornado warning over here. We're going to zoom in on this. I've still got the velocity product up, and I'm going to change it over here to the shear product. This is another thing that we can look at, and it just takes out all the other noise that's with this storm. And earlier we were seeing some good rotation popping up right here on our rotation tracker. Now it's just not looking like the greatest rotation anymore with this tornado warning that is for Allen County. And Sarah, I just saw your email too. Yes, this tornado warning is only really for Allen County right now. Simpson County is threats past there, but this is mainly for Simpson County and just the extreme, I mean, just a tiny little notch over here in Monroe County, but the bulk of Allen County included in this tornado warning right here. 10:45, so another 10 minutes left on that tornado warning right there.
Let's take a look at we have a live picture from Scottsville of that square, and you can see the rain coming down there and lots of lightning back in the distance. So this is downtown Scottsville, and I know I went and did an eclipse talk before the big solar eclipse back in 2017 up in Scottsville, and stopped at Dovey's. It's a really good place to eat, Brett. I know you'd like it. Big, nice little greasy burger joint.
Oh, I love a greasy burger.
Yeah. So again, this is downtown in Scottsville. And rain coming through. It is still tornado warned, but we're not quite as concerned with the rotation as was showing when the warning was once issued. Still, I want to make sure that everyone in the area is taking shelter from this storm here as it works its way through Allen County. and continues as sort of a southeastern trajectory toward Holland, Mount Zion, Amos, Forest Springs, Walnut Hill, Fountain Run, and lots of lightning there coming in off of the square in Scottsville in Kentucky. I also wanted to take a look back at our Springfield camera here. So this is our live Springfield cam. And I mean, it should be right on the edge of Springfield. So let's go back. It looks fairly quiet there, but let's zoom out, kind of reset just so you can see. So that's probably a, that's got to be a frozen camera. So if we can look at resetting our Springfield camera or taking it through the back, we should have rain falling in Springfield there with rain on the radar. So that camera was down. But still looking at severe thunderstorm warnings here, that line all of Middle Tennessee now, marching more in. I would say, though, if you are in Hopkinsville, Russellville, real close, Clarksville, I think you're pretty close to being in the clear. Dover in the clear. Paris close, still looking at some good showers and thunderstorms coming through. Clarksville, I'd give you maybe another 15 minutes before giving you an all clear. But this line, once it works its way across your location, then we are done as far as severe weather goes for the night. So thankfully, at 10:30, depending on if you're a morning person or a night person, I say it's just 10:30, but I know some folks will go to bed early. The good news is most of this should be out of the area before 1 a.m. The watch will go until 3 o'clock for most of Middle Tennessee here, but this line is booking it. So we'll see it be moving through at about 50 miles per hour. Intense rainfall, winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, and the potential for a few spin-up tornadoes. So 10:38 here. This warning continues until 10:45. We have not heard otherwise on whether or not they will let it expire, but it easily does not really show a lot of signs of real immediate concern as far as anything that could be on the ground here. Looks like we've got maybe some small rotation that continues or some broad rotation around Oak Forest. Between Scottsville and Oak Forest, looking at our storm relative velocity, moving toward Holland and Mount Zion. So these locations will likely be looking at some rotation that'll be pushing through that could at any time drop a tornado, which is why we still have the tornado warning in effect. But at this time, not seeing anything too concerning on radar just yet. But we're keeping an eye on it, especially there in Allen County, as the warning continues for another about 5 minutes here. Believe it or not, Brett, I just looked at that. This tornado warning does include a very sliver of Monroe County. So the producers in the back were asking us about the latest update on the warning. It does actually technically include a sliver of Monroe County. But this again will be we're waiting to see if they're going to let that expire or if they will extend it. Megan and Scott continuing to gather information at the anchor desk. Let's send it back over to them.
Thanks, guys. We've got some pictures we want to share from you from our friends at WEKT Radio up in Elkin, Kentucky. That's Todd County, where the storm moved through. We were talking about Todd County for a couple of solid hours. They've got a bunch of pictures of the damage.
Yeah, certainly, as you can see, debris behind us there, trees down, looked like some livestock impacted. Wow.
Trailer something to look at. Wow. That. Mm-hmm. We're rolling through here, and it looks like some sort of a barn or something was destroyed. And look at all that.
Daylight hours, so this certainly happened hours ago.
Peeled the roof off of that garage, demolished something there. And we know that there was a tornado on the ground up there, and these very likely, although we can't tell you for sure because, you know, it could be straight line winds. They can be just as damaging as tornadoes, but that's a 2x4 driven into the ground. One of the two of you was talking about flying debris and how dangerous that is, and you could get killed.
Where again is this?
This is in Todd County, Kentucky, Elkton, from WEKT Radio up there.
All part of that same system that's now moving into our viewing area.
Yeah.
I checked with NES, 2,901 households and businesses without power. It looks like here in our viewing area, a majority of that, 2,767 households between Cheatham County and Charlotte Pike in West Nashville. There's a big region there.
Big concentration of
that
them.
seems like are in the dark tonight. So if you have friends, family out there, let them know.
We've got that map you were just looking at. I think we can show folks so they can see it for themselves. And
There
if
it
you
is.
think about the way the storm system came in, it makes sense what you're saying,
Certainly.
where the outages are.
Right, and if you've got friends or family out in that area, let them know. We've got the Fox 17 Code Red weather app. You can stream this live if you are sitting in the dark right now.
Yeah, that's the number 2,767, and that was just updated 26 minutes ago. And again, on the west side, and you mentioned Charlotte Pike. I see Charlotte Park on the map, and over there, on the river, Bell's Bend on the other side of the river. That's west toward the county line, and you're going to have to pack your patience. It could be a long night, and keep your refrigerator and freezer closed.
Certainly.
Also seeing two, real quick, just
Go for it.
just seeing two emergency management coming out of Stewart County saying that 26% of Stewart County is now without power too. So that's on addition to all those power outages you were just talking about. It is 10:42 right now. That tornado warning that we had up here for mainly portions of Allen County up in Kentucky that included Scottsville, that was going to go until 10:45. I think the main thing for us right now though is this big severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued by the National Weather Service office in Nashville. This is going to include nearly all of Davidson County and a lot of other populated areas too. Nashville, Hendersonville, even on over into parts of Lebanon included within this new severe thunderstorm warning that they just issued. So we're going to be talking about 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible here. And you can see this is the big polygon that I'm talking about right here. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts going to be possible within that area. And then we're also going to be talking about maybe some quarter-size hail too. Looks like we also got our, is that the Springfield camera that's back up and running?
Camera, yeah.
So yeah, you can see now if you want to take that Springfield camera, that camera is now actually live again showing rain. You can see how heavy that rain is right now in Springfield. And I'll zoom in real quick while y'all are getting that camera if that's what's happening and just show you Springfield. But here's Springfield right here. A lot of bright red right around there indicating some very heavy rainfall. We'll pop lightning back on. Not near as much lightning as we were seeing earlier. Still some lightning strikes though with that storm that's moving through the Springfield area right now. Heavy rainfall right there with that storm. A lot of us, though, are going to be seeing this heavy rainfall as these storms continue to just move on through. But the big concern or the main threat for us here in Middle Tennessee for most of the night is going to be the strong damaging wind threat. I think that tornado threat, it's not near as high. You can't still totally rule it out, but it's not near as high as the severe thunderstorm threat is for these strong damaging winds. That's going to be probably the main concern for us tonight. Some of these winds easily going up to 60 miles an hour, and we've had reports of some going a lot higher than that already. So that's just one thing that we're going to be watching as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Only one more minute, it looks like, left on that tornado warned storm that's up here in Allen County, Kentucky. 10:45 is the expiration time on that. I'll switch it over here and not seeing the National Weather Service office in Louisville talking about that. So hopefully they're just going to be able to let that expire. We'll move over to the velocity product, just see if we're looking at any rotation. And I am not seeing really any rotation now. Maybe some strong straight line winds, but no rotation that I'm really seeing to be concerned with that. So hopefully in the next 30 seconds or so, that tornado warning is going to pop off of our radar map right there. And then if it does, we're actually going to be tornado warning free, but we just have all of these severe thunderstorm warnings right here that still include most of our areas along and north of Interstate 40. All of these yellow flashing polygons right there, winds in those areas going to be gusting potentially up to 60 miles an hour. So we're going to keep on watching that, and we're going to be staying here too through the night just in case any more tornado warnings do get issued. Can't totally rule out that threat, but it is 10:45 right now. That tornado warning should be popping off of our map right here at any moment.
Let's take a look here back on Weather One if we can. Asked if we could pull up the Springfield camera earlier. There it is. So that is what it's looking like through Springfield just moments ago. It was sheets of rain moving through the downtown location and tons of lightning moving through Springfield. So this is that main line that is pushing through Springfield right now, and will be working its way through the county and the rest of the town as well. You can actually see, look at those gusts of wind coming off of the road. Lots of lightning and windy conditions here downtown Springfield at the moment. So again, it's going to be a quick punch with this main line pushing through that leading edge. Once it passes through, we'll be done for the night. It'll turn quiet, at least much more quiet than what we're seeing here. with just some light rain and then even some lightning that is still possible. So 10:46, just checking back, the tornado warning has been allowed to expire. We are now tornado warning free, but nowhere near in the clear, as we have a severe thunderstorm warning that is starting to move into Davidson County. So we're going to continue to track this line here. We're going to take a quick break and be back with you in just a few minutes.
That's right, Megan. Take a look at this video of tornadoes racing through Missouri and crossing over the interstate. That is a large tornado that we're looking at right there. At least 4 people died in Missouri. So here's what happened when that tornado touched down in Clayton, Missouri, which is just to the west of